Good evening and welcome to lesson 4-7. And
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, sorry, we had to switch to Pink Panther Pink, so we had to do the Pink Panther song. Tonight we're going to be talking about exponents and multiplication, so let's get right into this. And so basically, here's the idea, guys. When we have exponents, what we really are doing is we're doing repeated multiplication, right? So if I have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, that'd be a pain to write it out like that. So what we shorten it to, just like when we did repeated addition became multiplication, repeated multiplication is to become exponents. So Rain, oh sorry, I didn't introduce my helpers. So I've got Caitlin and Pepper, Virginia Pepiette, and Rain Kazee, and Max Young, yeah, I can't think of his last name, all helping me. And so thanks a lot. So Rain, real quickly, how many 4s am I multiplying together here?
5.
Right, so this is 4 to the 5th power. So that's really what this exponent means. It means how many 4s are multiplied together. Now, let's say that I broke it up using parentheses. Okay, what property says I can go ahead and put parentheses in, Max? If I divide things up with parentheses, that's the associative property of multiplication. So if I break it up, Pepper, the first one is how many 4s together?
3.
Right. And Caitlin, the second one is how many 4s?
2.
All right, now, if I multiply those together, I'm going to obviously get the same thing, 4 to the 5th. So what am I going to do with these exponents up here? I'm going to actually do what with them?
You're going to add them
I'm
together.
going to add them. That's right. Because what they're really doing is counting how many 4s I multiplied together. Okay? So, and that's pretty much the rule for tonight. So if I, by the way, this works with variables too. So let's say I have x to the 2nd power, and I multiply by x to the 3rd power, and I multiply by x to the 4th power. Well, again, think about what this really means. This means 2x's multiplied together. This means 3x's multiplied together. This means 4. All right, if I just expand it all out, how many x's are they're going to be total?
10.
No, not quite.
9.
2 plus 3 would be 5 plus 4. It's going to be x to the 9th. In fact, if I write it out, I can actually see it, right? This is x times x. This is x times x times x. And this is x times x times x times x. So if I wrote them out, that's pretty much what I have. And again, count how many x's that is, and you'll see it's x to the 9th. Okay? So that's the idea. That's what we're going to do when we're multiplying things with exponents together. All right, now let's actually make this into a rule. Okay, so the rule is, suppose I have x to the n power. I don't know what that is, but it's just some random number. And let's say I multiply it times x to the m power. Well, another way to say that is I'm basically multiplying n x's, right? That's what the first one means. Mm-hmm. And I'm multiplying it by m x's. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a total of x to the n plus m power. Ooh. All right, now let's try something different. Let's go back to that Pink Panther Pink. Da-da, 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 da-da. All right, suppose I take y squared, and this time instead of multiplying it by another y with an exponent, let's raise it to a power. Ooh, scary. Okay, scary. Hold on, let's think about what that really means. The 3rd power here really means what? It means take the y squared and multiply it by itself how many times?
3 times.
3 times. Now, each of those y squareds is 2y's, so how many y's do I get total now?
6.
Right, y to the 6th power. So what's the rule for taking a power to a power?
You first do the power outside of the parent.
Well, okay, true. We could write it out like this, but is there a rule? What do I mathematically? Right. I'm going to multiply. So the rule for x to the m power, again, that's m x's. If I do it n times, well, it's like repeating the m x's. So let's say n is 3. It would be one set of x to the m, so it would be m x's. Then it would be another set of m x's, and then another set of m x's. So in other words, it's n times m. In that case, it was 3 times m. So what you're going to do here is you're going to multiply the exponents. Okay, so these are the 2 rules for dealing with exponents. So what do you say? Well, let's give it a little bit of practice, and we'll wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just take some quick examples. Example A, let's do 6a cubed times 3a. By the way, the numbers you're going to treat like normal. You're just going to multiply them. Let's do negative 5c squared we'll put parentheses, times a negative 3c to the 7th. Okay? C, let's do c to the 5th to the 3rd power. And finally, D, let's do negative c to the 3rd power all squared. Okay? What I'd like you all to do is try to apply those rules that we just did, where you add the powers when you multiply, and you multiply the powers when you do a power of a power. And I want you to pause the video and then go ahead and take your best stab at answering these. And then, as soon as you're done, resume the video and see if your answers match ours. And unfortunately, we have a class coming in, so I'm going to say goodbye to my volunteers. So thanks a lot, guys.
Bye.
And we'll wrap up this last part together.
I'm Bashir.
Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in class.